look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Things are heating up, that's for sure. We found this opportunity and we're working for it.
My man.
Tulsa King. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
You need a hug?
You need a fist?
Crutch, crutch, crutch.
Crutch, crutch.
Crutch, you need anything. I do have one question. We didn't mean right now.
Being a cadet in Starfleet Academy means being open to the people around you.
I've spent my whole life getting away from stuff, letting someone in. That's hard.
I want to be captain. I need to be captain.
I owe you something. It is coming just for you.
48 teams arrive with a dream to become world champion, and now only 8 to remain. It has been the World Cup of stars. Mbappe, Messi, Kane and Haaland, the biggest names, they've performed on the biggest stage, setting up a thrilling Golden Boot race. The path here has been dramatic, exhilarating from late goals to penalties, heartbreak to jubilation. The 2026 FIFA World Cup quarterfinals have arrived.
Racking up the big numbers again, racing after records again. Savinho, nice looking ball in the reverse ball. Haaland's there, and Haaland smashes it. Here's Mbappe! You've always got a chance when you've got a goal getter like Kylian Mbappe. And Yamal is in behind. Yamal! Well, I mean, Yamal makes no mistake about it. Into Harry Kane. Bayern Munich's hot shot is in scorching form, absolutely sizzling. It's Dembele onto his left. Oh, what a goal! Ousmane Dembele. It's a fantastic finish.
Well, it's absolutely brilliant. Just quality from Dembele. So 7 games to go today. Last tournament's finalists, France against the AFCON champions Morocco. Tomorrow it's Spain and Belgium in LA. A double header to look forward to on Saturday. Argentina, they survived a scare from Egypt. They'll face Switzerland, and England will take on Erling Haaland's Norway in Miami. Welcome along, everybody. Really nice to have you with us. I'm Poppy Miller, alongside Nigel Reo-Coker Mike Grella and Troy Deeney, FIFA ambassador today. Troy, it looks like.
A bit of FIFA swag, you know. Obviously, the US went out, but doesn't mean that the
late.
World Cup's over, does it? So I thought I would share a bit of love. I haven't seen my boys since the US miserably went out, embarrassing, some would say. But I thought it was, you know, a good World Cup, and I thought I'd keep that feeling going.
I don't know, it depends what day you ask him. Are you Italian today, Grell, or you're American?
I'm actually an Italian-American, I think we would say, or an American-Italian, whatever you prefer. But yeah, I agree. It was embarrassing for sure. Didn't move the needle, so we didn't really get a chance to talk about it because we were not in that day. So the other boys did, so I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well, overall, Nige, would you say that the teams that are left, how close is that to what you expected and maybe what you predicted with your bracket coming into the competition?
It's close. I think for me the biggest surprise will probably be Belgium because they haven't really been that impressive, but obviously when it really mattered the most, that's when they turned up and obviously knocking out USA. Switzerland, I kind of expected them to be there. They're really a bit of a dark horse team. They're always going to give you a good performance, well coached, well organised, and it does help a lot when you've got like a mini manager in the pitch in Granit Xhaka as your captain playing in the middle of that. So he's got so much experience that he provides in real time as the game goes on. But other than that, I'm not surprised, really. I think Argentina have looked good. You talk about France, you talk about Spain.
Even after their worry, Argentina, you're still confident
Couple
in them?
worries.
I mean, couple worries, but they've still got the job done.
Yeah.
You know, they've still managed to be able to get it done. So that's all that matters, and there's belief. And, I mean, even if you look at the last 2 games that they've won, you could take so much confidence from that as a team, and you could really just keep to play on that adrenaline.
I think Switzerland is the surprise, isn't it? Them obviously
They're a great team.
Being here.
They're a good team.
I think they're really good, by the way. I do. I think they're good. Like, if you look at the last 3 World Cups, around the 16 every year, by the way, that's when you had to actually qualify out of the group. Only 2 teams could qualify. Did that 3 cycles in a row, and now I've actually pushed the envelope to get into the round of 8. I think it's a sustained project. I think they've gotten better over the years. So something they should be super proud of.
I think you could say, though, that they've got the least amount of pressure on them, right, to win the World Cup out of all those teams. Who's got the most pressure on them, Grella, for you?
Probably France, because I think it's clear that it's them against them. I don't think there's any other team that's as strong as them. I had Spain coming into it, but after watching them play, I don't think it's Spain. Even though they haven't conceded a goal, they look okay. They look like they're growing to the tournament. But for me, every team we built a story around, we said, oh, Egypt's got Salah, or this team's got this guy. Morocco's got Hakimi. Argentina's got Messi. Like Norway's got Haaland, right? You look at France, and there's 11 players that are all of that caliber that we're talking about. You've got Dembele, Mbappe, and Barcola, and then the bench. The bench would probably make it to the quarterfinal. The bench would probably make it to the semifinal.
Yeah.
So for me, the pressure's on them because they have to go and win the tournament. Because if they don't win it, they've got an experienced coach. If they don't win it, it will be because they didn't play to the best of their abilities. That's the only reason why they won't win it. Nobody will go and beat them. Nobody will go beat them over 90 minutes.
It's also, let's not forget, they lost last year, the last World Cup in the final. So I think that's still going to be hanging on them as well.
Sure.
They want to put that right as well as part of it.
Who's your pick, Troy, for the most pressure on them for the rest of the tournament? Who've you gone for?
Spain, I think. They were the tournament favourites with the bookmakers, ahead of France before a ball was kicked. They were the favourites. And then, obviously, they haven't played great all the way through, but then the pressure's actually ramped up now because they haven't let in any goals, because Lamine Yamal hasn't played great, but they're still winning and they're dominating games. They've got Nico Williams to come back in. It just feels like they've quietly gone under the radar, but now the noise is starting to come around where everyone's like, hold on, could they? Could they beat France? Could they be the guys that everyone wants to beat? So for me, France are obviously the favourites. That's just the way we all look at it. But Spain have got a lot of pressure because they were the tournament favourites, because they had some disappointing results, and now they've not let in any goals. Everyone's started to go, hold on, have we overlooked them? So I think the pressure now is starting to really ramp up on the Spanish.
So true, and I think a lot of people were surprised when they were the bookies' favourites coming into the tournament, considering what we had seen from France. I think England's got the most pressure on their shoulders, as you like to remind us, Grella. They haven't won it since 1966. They've been in this point of the competition each of the last 3 World Cups that they've been in. So can they finally get over the line? Can they get to a final? If they go up against the likes of France, can they get obviously past them? But I think for England, they need something to celebrate. We lost in the Euro final. We fell short just in the World Cup final. With this group of players, with Harry Kane, with Jude Bellingham, with what we've seen so far, maybe.
Yeah. Still searching for your first good game.
I agree with you on that.
But yeah,
what are you talking about?
Mexico was good though.
I'm with you on that. The one thing we have to,
Character
one thing that no
shown.
one's really talking about as well. You know, we keep talking about everybody else's cycle. This is Harry Kane's last cycle.
You think he's not going to be at the next World Cup?
It would be unbelievably impressive if he's at the next World Cup. What would he be there? 36?
35, yeah.
35,
yeah.
36.
Well, if Roberto Martinez becomes the coach, then he'll take him till he's 40 years old.
But the point of getting at is like there's no real standout player for England who's going to be that striker that we can then go, okay, you're the person that's going to score us the goals over the next 4 years. So it's an important cycle for that moment as well. We could potentially lose, to some people's opinion, the best striker of all time for England, and now who's going to take that mantelpiece?
It does feel criminal as well, doesn't it, for Harry Kane to finish his international career without winning a significant major trophy. Nigel, what about you?
I've gone for an individual. I've gone for Mbappe, the man of the moment. For me, I think he's under a lot of pressure for different things, numerous reasons. You talk about him and obviously all the things that people say in the press and everything about basically he leaves PSG. They become back-to-back champions without him. Goes to Real Madrid. They won the Champions League before he got there and they don't win it. His numbers personally have been actually very, very good. I think for me, when you look at him, it's more of a personal satisfaction with Mbappe. Wants to be spoken about winning the World Player of the Year, being the best player in the world. Wants to do it, needs to win this. We talk about last year's final, last World Cup final when they lost to Argentina, and obviously him having a fantastic game as well and what he did. I think it's more of a real personal drive within himself, and also just to quiet all the people to say, or who are trying to put this narrative that he might be the problem. But when you're doing it for your national team, especially for France, and you win the World Cup, then it puts him in that conversation. Is he the world's best player at this moment of time? So I think there's a lot of personal drive for him, and he's putting himself under a lot of pressure to win this World Cup. And today, by the way, with this appearance, is the youngest player to reach 20 international appearances at a World Cup, which is super impressive as well for Kylian Mbappe. Mackenzie Brooks is with us all day for Betting 101 for all the money. Mackenzie, what about the future bets, though, for the rest of the tournament? Should we start with that today?
Yeah, we'll start high level. And you talk about a tournament like the World Cup, it's chalk winning, right? You go back 14 of the last 15 World Cups, 10 straight previous World Cups. You are seeing a team with plus 800 or shorter pre-tournament odds end up winning the whole thing. So you're not seeing these long shots. In 1982, you saw Italy win. They were 18-1. But outside of that, you are seeing the chalk, right? So that leaves us with England, that leaves us with France, and that leaves us with Spain. That takes out Argentina. Argentina was greater than plus 800. So those three teams, act now on them, because this is the last pretty plus money you're going to get before we get to semis.
I like it. Which one would your money go to, Nigel, on those long odds? England, Argentina or Spain? You going England?
Stick it in England.
OK, I like it. Any more bets for the futures, Mackenzie, of this?
If we want to talk quarterfinals specifically, you go back to the most previous World Cup, and both teams to score hit in 3 of those 4. And you also saw any team that conceded in the first half ended up going on to lose that match. So maybe you want to parlay a draw with a winner or a team to win both halves. Some ways to get plus money on some of these chalky teams. That seems to be a trend that we're seeing in the past.
I love the late goals as well, as we've seen late drama in all of these matches. Thank you so much. We're going to be back, everybody, with the team news from Boston in just a second. It's France against Morocco today. What an exciting match we've got to look forward to. Stay with us, everybody.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my camp.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back, everybody. So we're down to the final 7 matches of the World Cup, but guess what? Just around the corner, the domestic season starts, which means the Champions League is fast returning August 27th. It's the league phase draw September 8th. The league phase begins, as we know, that goes all the way through the new year, through February 2027. That's when the knockouts begin. And this year's final is going to be held in Madrid at the Metropolitano on June 5th. And speaking of Champions League, both teams have got a lot of representatives on Paramount Plus that we've got to look forward to next season. For France, 25 of the 26 players will be available on your screens next season. That's 96%. As for Morocco, on the other hand, 13 of the 26, which isn't bad as well. 50% of those you can watch next season. We were just talking, Nigel, about the stars that we've seen so far this season, really showing out how exciting is the Champions League going to be with all these stars in pretty good form this summer.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Champions League to start again. It would be nice to have a little bit of a break of a holiday, but yeah, no.
It's only 2 months away.
Yeah, it's only around the corner. Yeah, no, it's great.
Does it make you
League,
excited though that we've seen all the top performers really come out?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we see them in the Champions League. We see what they do. We see the next generation of Champions League superstars in some of these nations. I mean, you look at even France there. You say about all these players. Aklouj is another one that's going to be a next generation star for Champions League, playing at Monaco. Might be going PSG. There's so much abundance of talent.
I also think as well, with it being a late tournament, that you're actually not going to see a lot of these guys play their best football until the Champions League starts. So they'll use the early games of the season as like an extended pre-season. Yeah. And then when the Champions League starts, when they're on the big channel, they'll start properly.
Yeah.
What's the big channel, Troy?
Paramount Plus, obviously.
Big CBS as well, all season long. So just a reminder of the players that we really are highlighting to look forward to next season. For PSG in particular, you've got Tchouaméni with Real Madrid to look forward to. Over in Italy, Mike Maignan with Milan. Bayern Munich's got Michael Olise, who's been sensational this season. And PSG with Desiree Doué, who you absolutely love. This is the 11 that they're going with today. Any surprises for you, Grell, by the way, as well? Olise and Kone with a yellow card. If they pick up another one today, they're going to be suspended for the semi-final if they get through. That's a big, big worry and a big risk for them in the middle. Barcola as well on the bench.
Almost every single guy on this sheet right here lifted silverware this season in a domestic trophy as well. It's an all-star team in every single position. Saliba, obviously with Arsenal, Upamecano, Bayern Munich, two of the best teams we saw in the Champions League this season. Rabiot, Kone will be in the midfield. This guy, Kone, no one speaks enough about him. He's a monster. He really is, and basically has won that spot over during the tournament over Tchouaméni because he's just such a fundamental guy. What he does for Roma, what he does for France, really important. We were having conversations saying, is he going to be in the team at all? Will he be on the roster? Will he play games? Here he is in a big moment for France, a really incredible moment.
Has that surprised you, by the way, from his Roma performances to this, for those that don't watch Serie A?
We did that on Serie A, didn't we? We had a conversation and I said, without a doubt, he's going to be in that French national team. When some people said, no, they don't see it. I'm like, okay, watch it.
I think
name names.
I'm not going to name names. I'm not a snitch, bro. But yeah, go on, Grella.
Dembele, Ballon d'Or winner. Doué won, Champions League twice with PSG. Olise, everyone's talking about how great he's been. And then Mbappe in the front speaks for himself. Obviously, with the amount of goals he scored, first to get that many World Cup games at his age. So this is a star-studded team. And again, you can go to the bench and probably make a team that makes a semi-final run, quarterfinal run.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So this is the best team in the World Cup. And Didier Deschamps also, by the way, head coach, understands what's needed, understands. The biggest thing we said was, can he get these personalities to play together? He's done a really good job so far. And they're overwhelming favorites, biggest favorites of this round of the World Cup.
He's got them playing so well, and it's always funny because we sit there, we'll say, oh, they've got top-class players, Doué, Olise, Dembele, Mbappe, but these guys are performing. That's the thing. They're not just names on the sheet where we're saying, oh, they've got top players. They're actually performing and performing really well. And like Grella just said there, what Deschamps has done, and you can actually see when they score a goal how they celebrate. There's a real collective togetherness about this France side. That for me, I thought there might be problems, maybe some egos or this or that, but they're showing a real togetherness and a great unity.
And also one of those key points is the head coach, obviously his mother passed away as well, didn't it? So there's a weird thing that happens where there's a collective buy-in to give him the send-off that he deserves. Obviously, they know he's leaving at the end of this tournament as well. So although it's very sad circumstances, there's a buy-in that comes from that.
And Kylian Mbappe as well. He's so close, isn't he, to surpassing Leo Messi for the all-time scorer at a World Cup. So he's got that carrot dangling right in front of him. For Morocco, on the other hand, they've been the story of football maybe in the last couple of World Cups. These are the players that you can watch next season. El Ainoui for Roma, Brahim Diaz for Real Madrid. You can enjoy in the Champions League next season. Hakimi with PSG as they look to win another consecutive Champions League, back-to-back champions last year, and this is their 11. They've also got a few risks of yellow card suspensions if they pick up another one.
Yeah, it's an interesting lineup here. Hakimi, obviously, is the main man for this Morocco side there. Right back that gets forward. You talk about modern-day right back. Can also be a great goal threat going forward. Diaz, we know, on the right-hand side, hasn't really been too impressive for me in the World Cup. Buwadi is a young guy that we've covered this year as well in the Europa League, who's been sensational. Now there talks about him getting the move as well. But for me, number 8, Onari, I'm being very, very impressed with him. Goal-scoring midfielder, makes some great passes as well. Very direct with his passes and what he does. He has been an absolute shining beacon for this Morocco side. Really probably going under the radar, not getting the credit for the performances that he does. But it's interesting now that they start Talbi up top there for me. That's a real interesting start. And I think he's going to be looking to get in behind and stretch the pitch. A lot of pace Talbi's got. I'm a big fan of him. It's not going to be an easy game for France. Morocco really going to go for it. And I think it's going to be a very interesting game.
Yeah, I think the striker, well, the lack of a striker shows that they kind of feel that they're not going to have a lot of the ball, right? So
they've got El Kabi on the bench.
They've got a few strikers on the bench as well, 3 in total. But I think without the ball, just expect to see Talbi drop down, kind of make an extra body in there, and then just kind of say to France, go on then, you try and break us down. And then as soon as they hit with Diaz, Al-Khanuus on the left-hand side, the pace that they have, just try and go 3 or 4, and go as strong as they can. Well. Yeah, that's what I mean. But he'll be in a position from midfield running on as opposed to that standing up against Saliba because they'll just get chewed up.
Well, El Kabi is actually a good striker. You know, we've covered him in Europe as well, but he's just not as mobile. So it makes sense in what Troy is saying about obviously the youth of Talbi, athleticism to drop in and also have that energy to burst out there as well.
Saibari is a big one as well, right, on the bench.
Mazraoui has been fantastic.
Yes.
Not much has been spoken about him. Obviously, for Man United, he plays either side. Full-back, he's played as a centre-half, and he's been reading the game really well, covering fantastically. But this back line will be the interesting part because we know with Hakimi just goes. But in this situation, if he goes up there and then leaves Desiree Doué alone here, or even if they just vacate the space, bring Diop across and then leave Mbappe there, it just becomes a real interesting piece just to watch as the game develops in that bottom right-hand corner.
Especially being on a yellow card as well. That's a little bit worrying, isn't it? Concerning, because if they can advance, obviously, then they're going to miss the semi-final if they pick up one today. Then everything is white fresh if they make it through today. Mackenzie Brooks is back with us for the best bets on this game in particular. What are you going for today, Mackenzie?
I'm really just going to hone in on the France side here and ask them to do things that they've done almost every single game. And that starts with France team total over 1.5. Now, since they didn't go over this last game, we're in a quote-unquote buy low spot, right? Minus 130, a playable price. If they did have a second goal, if one of those 5 shots on target in their previous game did go in, this would probably be an unplayable number. So a chance to get in, asking them to do, they're basically averaging almost 3 goals in the World Cup so far. The corners market, I found very interesting. Another playable price of minus 145 to go over 5.5 corners. Not only have they continued to go over this in the last 2 games, you're seeing the Morocco side, they gave up 11 corners to Canada. So I'm feeling pretty confident we can get something similar of France. Any team you saw Morocco play with an offensive pulse so far in the World Cup, they've given up at least 5 corners, 6 to Brazil when you look at that. And then Olise to score or assist. I understand we're in the yellow card situation. That's probably why you're getting plus money. A risk I'm willing to take. I mean, this is an assist king. He keeps turning them in. And again, I do feel like if they go up early, he has to have something to do with it, as he has essentially every single goal in this World Cup for them.
I think those odds are pretty good as well. Plus 105 for Michael.
I had to give you a little plus money after my chalkier bets. We're warming back up.
I like it. All France. France are the heavy favourites today because they are the favourites as well to win the World Cup at the end of it. Morocco standing in their way in Boston. We've got loads more here on Golazo Matchday 48 Nations next.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
France have been the the story of football just because they are that good. 12 players have played now in multiple World Cups. 4 players won the World Cup in 2018. That was Mbappe, Dembele, Kante and Lucas Hernandez. And you can see 14 goals in the 2026 World Cup so far. That is the most in the competition, tied entering the quarterfinals because they've got so many exciting attacking players, haven't they? So we're going to actually rank where this Le Bleu slide is on past prime, best to come, where they're at in their career and their future as well with the French national team. The average age, by the way, of this team is 26.4. So they've got a real mix, haven't they, of players and where they're at in their careers. So, boys, you can point to where you want them to be on the slide. Let's start, though, with Ousmane Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner. In terms of his prime, where would you say, Grella, he is?
Right in the middle. Prime is peaking.
Yeah, he's at his very peak?
Yeah, for sure he is.
29 years of age as well, so don't disagree with that one at all.
If he scores half the chance he misses, maybe move him a little bit more. But
you agree, Nige?
I agree.
All good?
I agree.
OK, what about Bradley Barcola then? You love him?
Best to come.
Still exciting,
Best to come.
up and coming?
All the way over to the green, best to come.
Yeah?
Yeah, phenomenal talent.
Straight into the green, he's 23. What about Upamecano? This is an interesting one because obviously we've seen a bit of a shaky season overall domestically, sometimes in some matches with France, so it seems to be a different story.
Go on, I'll let you. You want me to take this?
Go ahead.
I'll go just behind Dembele because he's still 27.
Yeah.
So he does make some mistakes, but he's not old and over the hill. I think the more games he plays, the more maturity he has. Again, working with Vincent Kompany obviously will help him as a defender as well. So for me, he's I'm not sure whether he's at his peak or whether there's a little bit more to go, but I definitely don't think he's past his peak yet.
Yeah.
OK, good stuff. Mike Maignan, the goalkeeper for Milan.
Take this one.
Stick him down the bottom.
Try and take that one. Go on.
He's past his prime. 31 years of age now as well. So for me, past his prime, really, he's just one of those goalkeepers I've never really saw the hype about. They keep telling me he's great. I keep watching him and I just don't see it.
Go on, Grella.
He's had some good. When they won the Scudetto in Milan, he was important and he
How
was
long ago
great.
was that?
And then the next season was really bad, and the next season was kind of average. So he definitely blows hot and cold. I would move him over, maybe just like a half an inch there.
Like right here?
Yeah. Just because for goalkeepers, 31's not old.
I was about to say, we've seen
And in Italy,
40-year-old goalkeepers.
Even strikers are not old in 31. So, right there. But I do agree with Troy that the hype is probably a little bit more than what he's done in the last few years.
OK, Kylian Mbappe is the big one, 27 years old.
Best to come, still.
Best is yet to come.
No, I don't think so.
27?
Nige, go on point to where you think.
So.
There's still more to come from him. Much more to come.
Oh wow, that
put him up there.
I would love for you to explain what more there is to come.
What more can he do?
I think I think he could just still break some more records goals-wise. I think you look at him athletically and physically.
But you think he's going to get quicker and stronger and
better?
I'll probably say just add more goals. He'll add more goals, and I think he'll get better to come. He's 27 years old. I don't think he's at his peak. I don't personally believe it is peak. I think.
Well, do you think the best is to come as well with Real Madrid next season?
Yeah, I think there's more to come from him. That's the crazy thing we're saying. I think there's more to come from him.
Personally, I think he's around here. Is that fair with you, Grell?
But why?
Definitely.
Because I think his number. While his numbers are fantastic, you touched on why there's so much pressure for him. He has a fantastic season. His teams don't have fantastic seasons. For him to best is yet to come, he then has to develop something which I don't believe he has, which is the leadership gene of, no problem, I'm going to score, I'm going to get my numbers, but hey, I'm going to drag you with me. We saw the last 2 seasons of Real Madrid, he hasn't been able to do that, and obviously the season.
He's still scored a lot of goals, though, and a hat-trick in the World Cup final.
Do you know perfect example, do you know who's great? You never speak about him as one of the best, because his numbers are fantastic in basketball, is Russell Westbrook or James Harden. No, I'm saying because these guys score loads of points. They get all of it. Their stats are up. They're great. What do they win?
Yeah.
But that's not. I think. Listen, for Mbappe though, you say that, but he does actually make an effort. And if you look at him in this France team, he does try and help and make passes to Dembele when he could go himself.
But this is not bad versus good.
No,
I think it's tricky. It's not like bad or good. Are we going to see another version of him?
One thing with this, which was the best part about it, right? You said, with France, he makes an effort. He had to tell you before the tournament, I'm going to make an effort. That's not the best he's yet to come.
For me, this is just to say he's 27. I understand individually what he does. I still think he will get better, and I think he'll score more goals domestically and international. I think he's only.
How many goals he scored this season? 30 goals?
Yeah.
40 goals?
Close to 40.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So you're saying he's going to score 80 goals in one season? So then he's going to do what he's been doing. He's at the prime.
You think he's more of the same to come. He's going to have a season
which is incredible. Which is incredible.
I just
don't think he's going to go and double his goal total.
Okay, so Nigel, you think he's going to score more goals? He did score a lot of goals this year. It's just the team didn't do very well.
The team didn't do well, but he scored the goals that he's supposed to do, doing his job. I think at 27, when I look at him physically, how he plays and applies himself to the game, I still think there's more to come.
I think the only thing that you can say to that is the record.
30,
he's going to break Leo Messi's record, right? So that is the best to come for terms of statistics. But, OK, you two outweigh Nigel. So what about Saliba then? Defender, he's 25 years old.
For me, he's right by Upamecano. I think he's right at his peak because I don't see there's much more he could add to his game. Because he's not going to get quicker.
He's just solid.
He's just really, really good. It's not really much more I could get. I'd say, I know, but put him by Dembele, that he's at his peak.
Totally agree.
Sorry, the other way, sorry.
So right here, Mary.
You think
You're tricking her.
25. He's 25 years of age. But
25 is still
he's still young, but he reads the game. Well. He reads the game exceptionally well. I don't think he can read it any better than he does. Very rarely caught out of position. He's just... What more can he do to be the best is yet to come?
I think when you're really great, like Mbappe and Saliba, when you're really great, it's hard to say that they're going to get even better. Yeah. So that's why I think I have them right there, like close to their prime.
OK, Desiree Doué, he is the young emerging star that's already incredible.
That's not even a conversation.
Yeah.
Stick it right next to Barcola, mate.
Pass Barcola, even.
He's phenomenal.
So he's got more ceiling than Barcola for you, even?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
OK, Ryan Cherky then. Obviously, we've seen him on the bench a lot coming in.
Don't you worry.
In Manchester City.
I'm a big fan
22.
of Cherky.
Yeah, he's my favourite player to watch. So he's right up there with these guys as well. Because, again, at this moment in time, he's only not playing because of the unbelievable talent ahead of him. It's not that he's not good enough. It's just, you're talking about generational team here in Mbappe, Dembele, Elise. All these guys are playing. For me, he's going to get better because now for Man City, the baton will be passed to him. Your team, you go and make it happen. So for me, he's frightening. Especially this new era of Manchester City as well that we've got this season. Jules Koundé, another one, 27 he is.
I'll put him next to Upamecano. Just literally the same line.
This side?
Yeah,
or that side?
No, just same in line with Upamecano is where I'll put him.
You boys agree?
Yeah. No, again, it's a really difficult one to try and gauge because it's like, what more can these guys give you? He's very, very good. So what more? Are you expecting him to get 10 more assists, 10 more goal involvements? If that's the case, then you would have to put him up there. But I just don't see it. I think he's a very, very good player.
OK, Michael Olise. I think everybody loves watching Olise. They loved him in the Champions League. They love him for PSG. More ceiling?
I have him between Mbappe and Cherky for me. I think he's excellent.
I just had him the other side, so I'm more than happy. I had him in between Saliba and Mbappe because, again, for the same thing you said about Mbappe, how many more goals does he have to score?
Yeah, okay.
He's had an unbelievable season. So, yeah, I'm happy there. Nigel, you're very quiet.
You don't think there's more to come from him? I think this has been
I don't disagree that there is more, but how much more is there to do? 60 goal involvements this year. Like, it's very difficult
to get to 90 next year. And
shut your mouth.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying now, both of you, you're saying that he's at his peak. You don't think that he can...
No, we're both... So
the peak is there. We have him like, maybe there's a little more to come.
There's more to come, but also it's totally unfair to say there's loads more to come.
What are you saying with Bayern Munich? There's more to come as well, you think, this season with him?
Well, yeah, but I just think he is growing. He's 24 years of age. I know he has this nonchalant attitude to life, but he will start maturing. Again, and also, you don't want the wishes on anyone, but an injury or anything like that could happen. And you just got to call what he's done last year was fantastic. Can he do that again? We're not sure.
OK, the last one, Aurelien Tchouameni. He's had an interesting season domestically with Real Madrid.
You've been sitting on the fence the whole way through.
I haven't been sitting on the fence, but listening to you two numpties.
Nigel wanted to do this task on his own.
There's a shock.
I think he's maxed out Tchouameni for me. I think that I would probably put him again in between, just slightly behind Dembele and Upamecano. I think there's enough more.
So right here?
Yeah, so there for me.
At 26 years of age?
Yeah, I think that's
that
for me.
I feel the same way. I just think we've seen
We've seen enough body of work from him. From playing for Real Madrid and also when he plays for France, I've seen enough. Well, I can't say he's going to kick on and do something else, or I think that's him right now.
Excellent player.
Yeah, it's fine.
Unbelievable.
Got no arguments with that.
Okay, interesting stuff then. So Chouameni just beyond prime, is peaking into the past the prime era. We're going to be right back here on Golazo Network, 48 Nations. Stay with us, everybody.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back, everybody. So since the start of 2022's World Cup qualifying, Morocco have been such an incredible story in football. They've climbed all the way from 43rd in the world to 6th in the world. They're the first African team to reach a World Cup semi-final. Beyond impressive. And of course, they were awarded the 2025 AFCON title after what was a lot of controversy around that. How do you describe, Nigel, how this team has grown and taken the world stage over the last 5 or 6 years? Because it's been a meteoric rise, hasn't it, for this African club?
It has been. There's always been talent there, but what I would say is I'll describe it, it's just been well organised and been professional in the approach. You talk about the national training centre being built, and it always starts from the youth. We say this all the time. When you want to build a next generation of players to come through to represent a nation, you've got to start from the youth. You've got to start winning youth tournaments, and you keep that group together as much as you can, and it will filter through to the national side. But credit to the Moroccan Football Federation in how they've gone about it and how they've done it. The conversation comes about us as players, and I've spoken, obviously I've got a lot of friends who are of African, descent and everything like that, and we speak all the time about what it's like when you're young going through the system, the footballing pyramid. You want to represent your nation, but back then, years ago, there's always been a stigma against African football federations because it wasn't well organised. It was dysfunctional. You talk about players going to represent their nation and flights weren't booked, hotels weren't paid for, and players having to come out of their own pocket to do it. That was why, back in the day, a lot of these players of African descent chose not to represent their ancestry nations, and they chose to represent wherever they grew up or where they were born because of...
Right.
They chose to represent France.
They chose to represent France because it was more professional, it was more organised and more done. And that's what players wanted. They wanted just to be in an organised situation, just like how it is playing for your club, how it's professionally done. They wanted the same thing at international level. So now when you look at Morocco and what they're doing and how they're doing it, it's easy now for young Moroccan players, wherever they live around the world, to be inspired by what they're seeing for these players playing for the national team now and want to play for it. Because the other thing that they have to take in consideration is, am I going to play? Do I have a real opportunity to play for this national side?
I think these numbers really reflect as well what you're saying, because for Morocco, for example, these are the amount of players and the head coach by birth country. You can see 7 are Moroccan, but the others, France in there, Spain in there, Belgium, you've got the Netherlands and, of course, Canada represented as well. It's slightly changing now, as you mentioned, but this is the majority. It's a melting pot, right, Troy? Of all these different nations.
Yeah, I think so, but also they've done it really well. So they opened the training facility in 2009. They know, you probably saw on the previous graphic there, on the side you can see four times they didn't qualify for the World Cup. So they knew, as this is going, right, 2 times, you can just put yourself in there thinking, 2002, 2006, we miss it. We need a training facility, we need to get proper. 2010, we miss out because we know it's the first iteration of it. And in 2014, 5 years later, they still can't get through. So it's like, okay, let's open it up now. Let's have a look at what we can do. So how we make it, A, financially viable for the younger kids to be in there and we see what they're doing with growing, but also let's make the team good. Let's open our diaspora a little bit more, have a look around what we can bring. So the actual first team benefits, the fans get excited about what's going on, but also this now young youth pathway is coming. So I believe they've done it the right way. I think many countries, not just African countries, many countries can look at what they're doing. Maybe even the US can look at what they're doing and say, okay, how do we have national centres that work towards making the first team great? But what will happen now over the next 2 to 3 World Cups, you will see more homegrown talent because their U17s have been winning, their U20s have been winning. So that pathway is now starting to come. The only thing I was going to ask you, Nigel, is with what happened with the way the African Cup of Nations ended and then in a legal battle, does that stain a little bit, or does that just brush to one side now and kind of carry on?
I think it does stain. I don't think that the real Moroccan friends that I know and have and the fans of the national team didn't want to win that way. And they don't take it to them to say, oh, we won it. They don't like it. They've left it. World Cup, they've moved on and they're just getting on with it. I think with Morocco as well, we talk about the nation, you've got friends, well, he's got a Moroccan bodyguard. You know, he's bodyguard, right? He's watching this. Troy's got a Moroccan bodyguard. I've actually got Moroccan family and friends I don't have dinner with. No, it's great. I think for a nation like Morocco, because they're so spread around the world, there's always going to be that opportunity to get players from all different places, whether they're born in Holland or England or anything like that. And I think even if you look at England, you talk about all the different dual nationalities that are playing in the English national side now that they've got. But I just think for me, it's amazing what they've done in such a short space of time. And if you want to compare it, when I was younger, the big African nations people talked about was Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana. I think Nigeria is probably one of the biggest underachievers in world football. They can go around the whole world and get players of Nigerian descent from different places. But again, it's so sad that they haven't done it the way that Morocco have done. And I think for me,
because you would say at the minute they're the gold standard for leading. You have
to. I mean, you look at how competitive they've been. You know, African Cup of Nations, semi-final of last World Cup. Yeah. Could potentially make another semi-final of this World Cup.
Host nation next World Cup.
Yeah, they're developing and heading in the right way. And there's young talent coming through as well. Some great young players coming through. So they've done everything right how we've seen it happen before.
Yeah, like you said, they've changed the pathway, haven't they, and made it exciting. Obviously, now we know how well represented they are around the world, especially here in the States. We saw them last World Cup taking over Times Square. This is just the notable Moroccan population. By the way, the Netherlands in there, which was really interesting, obviously, with how well supported they were at that match. France, Italy, Spain. North America is 6th and 7th as well. And speaking of that, Nico Cantor had the chance to catch up with some Moroccan fans earlier.
Thanks, guys. The largest population of Moroccans here in the United States is actually in Massachusetts, conveniently for this quarterfinal between Morocco and France tomorrow. But it's not just Moroccans, it's the Amazigh, the indigenous North Africans that precedes any Arab settlement. The largest population in the United States of that community is here. So it's Morocco full force, as you can see. So I talked to some Bostonian Moroccans to explain what all of this is and what all of this means. What does it feel like when this patriotism is heightened during the World Cup and everybody comes together?
I mean, we're not shocked. We're very patriotic. We're very patriotic. And I didn't expect anything less than that, to be honest.
Our people are always like this, and we're always going to show out for our country, so I'm not surprised at all.
What does it mean that you can have this demonstration here in the United States, a pride for your country in the second home? What does that say about the United States and Boston in particular?
I'm really glad because we get to show a broader part of the world, who we really are and what we really stand for, what our true values are, and anyone's welcome to join and party with us. And I'm just happy that people get to see this side of us as well.
Do you feel represented by this group, since a lot of them were born abroad and you were born here as well?
100%, 100%. They're showing out, no doubt. 100%. I like it. I love it. It's beautiful.
How far do you think Morocco can get?
The final, inshallah. Marbuha, inshallah. We're going to win the whole thing. I believe. Listen, if you don't believe, you don't go far. And if you believe, then, you know what I'm saying? You got to back your players in order for them to go. And listen, after this, friends are staying right over there. We're keeping them up all night. They're not sleeping tonight.
What do you feel for Morocco?
I only feel love and compassion for them, and hopefully we bring the cup home, because that's all we need.
And as if it wasn't enough, from Casablanca, they 13 planes out with Moroccans for the match tomorrow. Around 3,500 Moroccans more here in the city of Boston. A rematch of the 2022 semifinal against France. Their hotel is actually around the corner, and this party is going to go all night. I don't think they're going to sleep. Let's see how well they're rested up for tomorrow. Morocco against France.
Their support is incredible, isn't it? We're just, by the way, how good is that to see all the Moroccans? They really do take over, don't they?
They do. They're very passionate people, passionate about their country. They support, and I think it's because of what the team has done that's even given them that extra belief and confidence. And what it is, it's not just they're happy to be there and participate. You can see the ambition of the fans now. Like, they really want to win something now to show the tremendous progress that they've made.
Grella, you're maybe not so high on Morocco, are you, compared to everybody else? Yes, you like them, but you're not as enthused by them.
Well, nobody could be more enthused than Nigel. That's number one. He loves Morocco. I mean, he's been on the Morocco train forever, right? And he knows that they're a good federation. So he talks about it a lot. So I always say, well, listen, African teams take turns being really great. Like it was Nigeria back in the day. It was Senegal back in the day. Then it was, you see different sort of patterns. For me, when I look at it as a whole, and I look at the Africa as a continent, and I've played with a lot of African players. The players, the people, the way they sort of look at football is of the highest level. So I just like to see teams and federations that figure it out. For me, if Morocco is one of those teams that semifinal last season, now they could have an opportunity to do something amazing against France, had some good performances, beat Holland, who's a really good team, Netherlands, and now they're the host nation next year. So for me, it's a win for African football in general, but also for Morocco that they're able to build a project that's sustainable. For a continent that hasn't been able to build sustainability for a really long time and hold on to some of its best players at times, and some of the stories you hear coming out of it, the African Cup of Nations is a prime example. To see a federation like Morocco and a country like Morocco that's got it down to like a little bit of a science now where other African nations can look at it, and like you say, other nations around the world can look at it, to me, that's a win. So we'll see. The story is amazing. France probably going to run all over them today, but It's an amazing story.
Having said that, maybe they are the team that's well poised to play France, because we're going to have a look at the players and where they play domestic football and where they're represented from. The domestic league nation is most represented by France. You've got England in there with 4. France, though, with 5 national team players that play over in Ligue 1. So could you say, Troy, that they play a kind of French-style football, maybe that they're the most team that's well adapted to play?
I think it'd be fair to say they play European style, right?
Yeah.
That would be a fair assessment. I think a lot of what the talk have been around the US, for example, is that they don't have a European mindset in terms of controlling the game and understanding it. Obviously, these guys can do that. I would have really liked to see them play anybody else but France.
Yeah.
I would have been really. Let's see. Again, football is amazing, right? They could win today, but anybody else but France today, I think we would have been able to go, okay, where are they at? So if they lose 1-0, 2-0, 5-0 today, we'll go, oh yeah, but it's France. France are the best. They're great. You don't really get a measuring stick. I think they would have given Spain a real good game. I think they give England all sorts of nightmares. When you start looking through everyone, you can see as to why they would win. I think we would have had a real gauge as to where they're at. So it's a bit of a shame, but they are a country that's on the rise, both on the pitch and off the pitch.
And I think that they would have given Switzerland a spanking as well, Grella's Switzerland, if they got to play Switzerland.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you what, I think that. They got to play France today.
Speaking of that, the Moroccan fans, they're ready for whoever they're going to take on. France have had an incredible record. They've made it to this point at the last 3 World Cups and beyond. This is the Moroccan fans
they're not rowing
in Boston.
Sick of seeing that.
We're going to be back in just a sec, everybody.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back, everybody. So it's France-Morocco today, but the last time that those two teams met was in the 2022 World Cup semi-finals. France beat Morocco 2-0 on the occasion. Here's a look at the numbers from that match. It was Les Bleus that advanced in the end. A really disappointing result for Morocco, who had had a sensational tournament up until that point. It was the first World Cup semi-final to include an African team. It was Theo Hernandez and Kolo Muani, though, that scored, and 12 players who appeared in that game are currently on the roster. Maybe today, though, obviously we know France are the favourites, but the yellow cards are surely going to play a massive factor because both teams are impacted by this. You've got Olise Barcola, and then Hakimi is maybe one of the big ones as well for Morocco. Does it change the dynamic of the game, Troy, when you know you're on a yellow card and you know you're at risk of missing the semi-final if you make it through?
I think it changes the way that Kone plays from a France point of view. I think for the other guys, especially in Morocco, it's more talent for like Diop, for example, because those guys, so Kone, let's say, for example, Morocco run away from a front turnover and they run into it. His natural reaction is make a quick foul. He can't do it. Olise he's allowed to pull out of a tackle. Barcola obviously is on the bench, but for a few of those guys in important positions, centre backs, centre mids, right backs, it's very difficult for you to change your game and alter the way you go into tackles, as Nigel could probably allude to better than most.
Yeah, how would you have handled this, Nige, Mr. Yellow Card?
I'll just play again, play as usual. If I get a yellow, I get a yellow. If not, I don't. But I'll just play as normal.
But you're going to miss the semi-final of the World Cup.
If we get to the final, that's the main objective, and we win it. That's fine. If I have to sacrifice everything, if I don't play,
so you wouldn't double think going into a challenge?
I would not double think, because when you start doing that, that's when problems happen as a player. That's when you start getting into all different types of scenarios. Because
it's interesting because you double thinking here is when you struggle the most. So I can see why you wouldn't do that.
Are you done or are you finished? Which one?
Well, we just listened to Nico with some Moroccan fans. Here he is with some French fans outside the stadium.
What's a successful World Cup for France?
It will be a final win
against
Argentina.
Argentina. You guys want that rematch, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I want the rematch.
Nice. How much pressure do you think is on this team?
A lot of pressure because they are very favorite. There is no team like at the level of France. They didn't lose any matches, so I think
Argentina also didn't lose any matches, huh?
Yeah, but it was more complicated for Argentina.
It was.
Against Egypt, against Cape Verde. So I think it will be complicated for Argentina.
All right, can you tell to the camera, for people who don't know, what it means to be French?
It means a lot because when you see the team, we have a lot of pressure. But like Kylian, the pressure is all right for us. We will go at the end and we will win the World Cup. I say it, we will win the World Cup.
Les gars, merci beaucoup. Hein?
With pleasure.
Merci. Enjoy the match.
The French, they are not short on confidence.
Never short of confidence, the French, are they? Hey.
No. Predictions? Every right to be confident, Troy. What are you going for?
Absolutely. We've told you as to why. I'm going to go 3-1 France.
Grell?
2-0 France.
3-2 France.
Closer then. OK, I'm going to go 2-0 France. Yeah. OK, so we've all got France.
Every time she copies somebody.
What was that whole pre-show about? How great Morocco was.
Well, we still said France was the best.
We said that France were overpowered. What are you talking about?
We
Give me
think
credit.
they are.
Are you OK?
And the bookies do as well. Mackenzie's got them with the bets. Let's see, though. We've seen upsets in the World Cup so far. Enjoy, everybody. We'll see you at half-time.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries.